Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Praying Through the Darkness. Today, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to kind of think about it in not only just in the scenarios that I'm going to offer up to you, but in other ways in which you see this. As we raise our children, I know that we need to sometimes step back and allow them to do it themselves, like a little baby who's just learning to walk. I mean, we want to continue to offer them the support by holding on to their little hands and helping them, take those first steps. And although it is exciting to be able to finally let go and let them go, still, when they start to get a little wobbly, we want to rush in and grab them so that they don't fall on their booty. But by allowing them to get back up and build up the strength in those little legs so that they can start to walk again, or to, get steady on their feet so that they can walk. And we all know as soon as they get those feet under them, it's no longer walking, it's running, isn't it? But we as parents so much want to protect them from the hurt that's going to come when they're not quite ready to take on those few steps by themselves. Or maybe when we can see that they're getting ready to make a bad choice, although we have already told them, now if you do what I tell you to do, this is going to be your reward or the consequence for doing what is, I feel like, is right. But if you choose to do this, which I'm going to tell you is wrong, is going to get you into trouble, this is going to be the consequence for it. And then all we can do is pray that they will make the right choice. But we all know, because it's happened to us as well, many times we think we know best and that our way is going to work out just fine. So we have to step back and allow them to learn the lesson, don't we? Well, today we're going to see where God allows us to make choices. I mean, that's one of the great freedoms that we have as humans. God gave us the opportunity of choice. And yes, many times we're going to choose the right choice, and just as many times we're going to choose the wrong choice or make the wrong choice. But you know what's awesome about God? He's dependable. He is there even when we go off on our own, when we get ourselves in such a mess that we have no one to turn to but Him. So, in today's lesson, we are going to learn or be reminded just how dependable our Creator, our Father, truly is. But before I get into that devotional, let me remind you that my devotionals do come from this little blue book that's put out by Broad Street Publishers titled 365 Days for Depression and Anxiety. Now, I've left a link for you down in the description box if you wish to go and purchase your own copy. But let me also remind you, folks, these words are not just for when we're feeling blue. These little prayers and verses offer up encouragement for us. I mean, you don't have to be someone who lives in depression or feels anxious nearly every day of your life. I mean, we all kind of hit those little bumps in the road, don't we? But this little book offers so much in the way of rejuvenating our thoughts and our connection with God, in drawing us closer, reminding us that we are worthy, we are cherished, and, as the devotional says today, He is dependable. Our Bible verse for today's discussion comes from Psalms 33, verse 4. The word of the Lord is upright, and all His work is done in faithfulness. Isn't that the truth? God's word is upright. There is nothing that can challenge God's word because His word is right. It is just, and it is there for us to draw our daily strength from. Father, Many of us grow up in families where we learn to depend on ourselves for our needs. Even if it was not my situation and I came from a stable family, I have found a way to cope with various circumstances by withdrawing and seeking solutions where my needs have been left unmet. I know this is not the mode I am supposed to live by. You are a good father. You are always available and you meet every need. You are dependable and trustworthy. I don't have to figure things out on my own, and I don't have to suffer through the consequences of my circumstances in isolation. I was created to lean on your help. I will never outgrow my status as your child, and I take the opportunity that today provides to ask for help when I need it. You lovingly intervene for my benefit, and I am so grateful. Lord, I humbly offer you my heart today. See where I fall short. I so easily do, and I need your help, God, and I don't want to keep grieving in my own strength. You always know better than I do, so I lean into your loyal love today, knowing I will receive help whenever I need it. There's just not much more you can say than that, is there, folks? I mean, we were created not only to serve God, but to depend on Him. I mean, His Word tells us every day that He is love, that He wants to be there through all of the situations in our lives. He doesn't want us to struggle alone. I mean, all we have to do is just call out to Him. Excuse me. No matter how many times we feel like that God doesn't need to be bothered with this little bitty thing, I can handle it myself. We know I personally, when I have had those thoughts, it's like, whoa, wait a minute, Maureen. What makes you think that you can handle this by yourself? And two, how limiting I am making my God to be. Because God says, I am there through thick and thin, through the highs and the lows. I want to take this life journey with you, no matter where it leads us. So that right there gives me the assurance that no matter how small or trivial I may think the situation is at the moment, I am reassured that I can take it to God. I am blessed to know that God is there with me, holding my hand, walking me right through it. And when it gets a little bit too steep or my feet are sinking a little bit too much into the sand, He's going to pick me up and carry me until He knows, without me saying a word, folks, that I'm ready, so He can put me down and we can continue our walk together. I hope that you have that assurance as well today. Thank you all so much for being here for today's devotional. Stop a minute, talk to God. Allow Him to be dependable for you, no matter what the situation you are in. Reach out, lean on Him. Again, thank you so much for being here. Please remember to hit that like button on your way out. And if you're not a subscriber, take just a moment to hit that little button down there in the corner. Then look for the bell that has those cute hugs on the side, because it'll let you know every time I upload any content, especially my devotionals. So until tomorrow, always remember that when the darkness, when the doubts want to just rob you of your joy, you are not alone. Depend on God to show you His love and His strength for the day. And remember, I love you too. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.